In tonight's episode of SWAT, Deacon is still thinking about retiring. He told Hondo he would leave in a few weeks. Hondo hasn't found new team members yet, and Deacon's departure will push him to do so. He can't always get help from other teams, especially with new training classes starting soon. Deacon has been helping with these classes. Deacon is experienced in leading the SWAT training classes, and tonight, he showed Tan what he needs to do. Deacon wants Tan to start leading the classes, which is a big role with many duties. Tan said he needs to think about it before he decides. Besides talking about who will take over, the SWAT team played a game called SWAT Tag. They picked a golden ticket from a bag without looking, and the person who keeps it long enough wins backstage passes to a John Mayer concert. Deacon's side job in security helped him set up this prize. The game's rules say that if you make small mistakes, you lose the ticket. This made people start tagging each other to get the ticket. Alfaro tagged Cabrera, then Powell tagged Alfaro, and Alfaro tagged Powell back. The tickets were very valuable, but something bad happened that changed the mood. There was a killer on the loose, a sniper who was very skilled. This sniper killed 3 members of a gang called the Hammers, and a lawyer who worked for local gangs. The SWAT team thought there might be a link between these victims. They all seemed to be connected to a court case that was thrown out. The case was about the death of Samantha Leonard, a nursing student. She lived next to a house used by a rival gang to store things. The Hammers gang attacked that house, and Samantha was accidentally killed by one of their bullets. The Hammers had hired a lawyer named Phil Stoller. He didn't have to work hard because the assistant district attorney decided there wasn't enough evidence to charge the gang members. So they were set free, and Stoller was paid for his services. The SWAT team thought the assistant district attorney, ADA, might be the next target. They were trying to find out who had a reason to do this. Samantha, the victim, was the daughter of Diana and Elijah Leonard. Her dad used to be a Navy SEAL, so he knew how to shoot well and move down buildings with ropes, just like the killer did. The SWAT team went to find Elijah. They found him at his ex-wife's house, fixing the sink. He didn't seem to be the sniper they were looking for, or if he wasn't working alone. At the same time, they found Elijah. Another sniper tried to shoot the ADA but missed. This attempt was different from the others. It wasn't as accurate. The ADA was okay because Tan warned him just in time. The shooter was 80 feet away but still missed, which was unusual. SWAT couldn't keep Elijah because they didn't have enough proof, but they were still suspicious of him. They let him go but watched his house. Elijah managed to kill the officer who was watching him and ran away with his friend, who was also a former Navy SEAL named Hector Vance. Elijah and Hector, who was also Samantha's godfather, both served in the Navy SEALs together and wanted to get back at those responsible for Samantha's death. Hondo tried to warn the Hammers gang that skilled killers were after them, but their leader, Khalif, wouldn't listen or help the police. Khalif was the one who ordered the attack on the house where Samantha was killed, so Hondo told him to be careful. But Khalif, who had always been involved in gang life, didn't take the warning seriously. He thought his position as the leader made him untouchable. However, his lookout saw a car leaving the place where 3 of his gang members were killed, heading towards his sister's house. It turned out to be a setup. The killers targeted Khalif's sister to draw him out. Khalif walked right into the trap, and his gang members were being taken down one by one when the SWAT team arrived. The SWAT team arrested the remaining members of the Hammers gang, stopped Vance, and tried to talk to Elijah. Elijah believed that no one cared about his daughter until he made them pay attention. Elijah wouldn't surrender and said he would hurt people if he didn't get to Khalif. SWAT didn't agree to give Khalif to him, so Elijah started to harm innocent people. But when he did, Cabrera found out where he was. Hondo stopped Elijah, and the Hammers gang was safe. Hondo also convinced Leroy to consider making his car shop a place where local kids could learn and stay away from trouble. Alfaro got the tickets to see John Mayer. He was going to sell them, but when he found out Powell wanted to take her son to the concert, he gave her the tickets without feeling bad. Tan started leading the SWAT training classes instead of Deke. He was unsure at first, but then realized he could do it. Deke didn't see Tan's success because he had already retired.